and welcome to this week's Wellness Wander. Behind me you can see some of the beautiful autumn colour that we have here in the garden, and for today's wander I'm going to take you for a stroll around the lake just to take in some of the beautiful views and reflections in this part of the garden. For this week's short amble through the garden, I thought we'd start here beside the lake, which is ablaze with colour. You can see here the many layers of various trees just making a magnificent scene. To the right of the blaze of red in the centre of the picture, you can see Gladitsia triocanthus. The sweet gum, liquid amber, styraciflua Worplesdon really takes centre stage, and just beside it the yellow leaves of the river birch Betula nigra complement the reds of the sweet gum fantastically. Over towards the background to the left you can see the yellow leaves of the Liriodendron tulipifera, or the tulip tree, and then over to the left of this shot the goldeny foliage of Prunus cerulata alboplena. Just gorgeous, and a very favourite viewing spot for many of our visitors at this time of year. And as we then pan around, just taking in the blaze of colour on the hybrid Cotinus. This is Cotinus flame. Absolutely brilliant at this time of year. And we're now just skirting around one of our Metasequoia glyptostroboides, which is just beginning to take on russet tones, with the Cotinus again peeping out in the background. Just glancing across again to that beautiful sweet gum. What a gorgeous scene this is. And taking an obscure look along the lake with the pampas grass on the bank, Prunus avium plena with the golden leaves on the left, and the brilliant russet tones of Taxodium disticum, or the swamp cypress. On a still, calm day, the reflections across the lake of all this wonderful colour are something really to behold. But even on a slightly overcast day such as this, you can see forms, shapes and textures really adding to the mix. So the giant leaves of Gunnera manicata over on the bankside, and also a young form of the swamp cypress here, not quite as colourful as our mature specimen. And then across the lake to the left again, the Taxodium disticum, the weeping willow Salix sepulchralis var chrysocoma at the back of the lake, and to the left Colruteria paniculata and Nyssa sylvatica. A really dreamy scene, and this is one of the popular spots in the garden for our visitors. There are many people enjoying the garden and the autumnal highlights during half term, and plenty more autumn colour to see dotted around the garden as you stroll around. But there's always something very satisfying for me particularly, just to see undisturbed fallen leaves as here at the lakeside. What a perfect spot to while away a few minutes, quietly just taking in this lovely scene and forgetting the worries of the world. We're now going to head further around the lake through the woodland garden, just to take in one last magnificent shot across the lake. But as we go, passing beneath our magnificent dawn redwood, this really is, I think, the people's favourite of the redwoods. and this will take on richer tones as the weeks progress. And heading in to the immersive atmosphere of the woodland garden. And it's lovely as autumn progresses just to see forms and shapes coming to the fore. So things that you might have ordinarily overlooked in the height of summer really take pride of place. So here again you can see our weeping willow and another of the swamp cypresses, and beside it a golden blaze of Acer palmatum sangokaku, with this magnificent reflection across the lake. I hope you've enjoyed today's wander, and we hope to have you back with us soon. And once again, thank you for joining me.